Honorable, you were in Parliament when these taxes were introduced,
sure,
and eventually passed into law.
Sure.
So many folks are wondering why are you putting up a fight now?
Well, I was in the House on that day. Together with my colleague members, we debated against that. I personally am on record rejecting that tax, but it passed anyway. You see, even on that very day, we were very few in the House, but when voting came, other members poured into the House and they voted. You've heard them say they actually did not know what they're voting.
Okay, so what are you saying now when you are going to the people? Are you saying the legislators failed you, so I'm coming to you? What's the idea behind this?
I am trying to work with my friends so that we raise awareness with the public, because we know that solutions can come from the public if the legislature is misrepresenting them. This is a case of misrepresentation, and the people must get involved so that when the bill comes back again, these MPs can put the right attention to it that it deserves. Okay, is your issue this particular tax or usage of tax money? I, for one, for example, and I'll put out, my position. I am against this tax. I think it's preposterous and unjustified, and that's me as Joel Ssenyonyi. I think that this tax should have no place. But is your issue with the tax per se, or is it with the way our tax money is used? Actually, my issue is both, Joel. First, I'm against the misuse of our taxes. The already strenuous taxes, they're being misused. But again, this particular tax on mobile money and social media is outrightly immoral. So you are planning, together with other folks, a protest on Wednesday. What's the intended goal of this protest? The intended goal is to raise awareness, enough awareness, and to communicate to the legislators. I've seen a response from the Speaker, and looks like, yeah, we are going to succeed to get the bill back to the floor of Parliament. But we want it, by the time it gets there, for the legislators to know that it's a serious issue with the public, and we can only get that by showing our discontent, and that's what we intend to achieve on Wednesday. Paint the whole city red, march to the city, show the discontent. That will cause the members of Parliament to think straight when they are redebating this bill. Police have said that if this protest must happen, it must follow the guidelines of POMA. That's the Public Order Management Act. Yes. So have you informed them, as the Act does stipulate? We informed the police. They received our letter and they signed receipt of it, so police is duly informed. Paint a picture, because there are some folks that are saying we want to be a part of this, but there are others who are really saying, wait a minute, we've seen how police has dealt with previous protests, tear gas and all of that. What's your message to those kinds of people? I want to remind Ugandans that this is not a violent protest. This is a peaceful protest, and I want to insist that we only want peaceful and orderly people to join us. We are not going to tolerate violence or anything that is not civil. We are going to march, and we are not going to march to only one place. This is a nationwide peaceful demonstration. People in Bujiri, for example, in Kamuli, in Barara, in Arua, and all other towns in Uganda are going to converge in towns, and their movements and march will be conducted by their leaders, the members of Parliament and other leaders that are taking the lead. In town particularly, we're coming from different parts. We are encouraging people to march to the Constitutional Square and assert their demands. It's not going to take long. It's going to take about 2 hours and we are done. But even for those that are not going to come to the Constitutional Square, we are encouraging them to go about their work, but to dress in red, so that we send a message without even saying a word. Dress in red, go about your usual work, whether to the market, whether to the border stage, whether to your salon or shop. Just dress in red and show your discontent. But the rest, we are marching in solidarity, peaceful, to the Constitutional Square. I noticed conspicuously that the folks that seem to be the front runners in this, folks like you,